Good morning, lovebirds. It's time to get into the tea with Love, Lex P. We are back another week. Y'all know I always say this every week, but we have a lot to cover today. First of all, let me just say thank y'all so much for being understanding because last week I was really sick. I know I kept saying that and I probably didn't look like it, but I don't know. Last week's episode, I just was not there because I did not feel good at all, but we made it through. Y'all know I do not skip a week because the lovebirds need their tea. I had to get y'all's week started right, but thank y'all for being patient with me. I know I had my shades on and I was just kind of out of there and zooming through the topics, but we made it through, y'all. I feel so much better today. I feel so good today. I'm in a great mood. I've had a great week. So we're going to get into these topics today, y'all. I'm about to actually head to New York in a minute. We have to do some promo with BET for Travel Queens. Then we're going to be in Dreamville this weekend. By the time y'all see this, it'll be Monday and my weekend will be over. But the weekend is starting right now. So hopefully I see some of the lovebirds and the poor crew in Raleigh this weekend at Dreamville. And yeah, I'm just excited. I'm feeling back to my normal self. And yeah, so y'all make sure y'all are liking, subscribing, commenting. We gotta run Love Lex P up. The show is doing so well. The lovebirds are growing. So I'm so glad y'all are here. And we're gonna get into this tea today. And make sure when y'all are tweeting and watching the show, y'all do hashtag Love Lex P so I can talk to y'all and we can interact and talk about this tea together. Okay, y'all? So we gonna start off per usual with the hot topics like we always do. And y'all know at the end we'll be reviewing the latest episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you haven't watched episode 4 of Housewives of Atlanta, please stop right here. Go do your homework because this episode 4 was really good. Okay, so let's start with the topics today, y'all. I have a update on young Scooter, guys. This is really crazy. So 31-year-old Demetria Spencer has been arrested because she made a false 911 call that led to the death of young Scooter, guys. I know that's a lot to take in. That sounds really crazy, but I'm going to play a clip really quick, basically of what she was saying, so y'all can listen to that.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Now Drive?
Yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like they brought her, the guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
But yeah, they released a statement and said on April 1st, 2025, 31-year-old Demetria Spence was taken into custody by Atlanta PD and charged with transmitting a false public alarm, and which led to serious bodily harm or death results from the response of a public safety agency. I don't know if y'all know that, but calling 911 and reporting a false crime or reporting something that leads to the death of somebody and it allegedly didn't happen, you're going to jail.
There's a action. There's a reaction for every action. This is part A. You guys didn't have part A. You guys only have part B. And the narrative, it looks like I was trying to set this man up because you guys don't have part B. I'm giving you part B. I'm giving you what led up to the call. I was physically abused, so I called to protect myself. That's the issue. That's part A. I never had any intentions to get anybody. I was the one that was getting hurt. And I came here to say my truth. That's it. That's all. I don't want no clout.
So here is her mugshot. Now, I'm not trying to be messy because everybody been talking about the way the girl look and things like that. I don't have nothing to comment on that. But I really hope the truth comes out of what happens, because if she really did make a fake 911 call that led to that happening, I think that she should definitely do a lot of time, baby. Put her right next door to Yolanda Salvador, because, baby, just like Selena was loved, baby, young Scooter was very much loved in Atlanta, still very much loved. I think that we need to start, especially as a community of people, we have to start honestly punishing people who lie. Like, I'm serious. I'm not saying that she's a victim or not, but I talked about this the other week with the young man, the football player who was falsely accused of abuse. A lot of times when people are lying about being abused, it's really affecting people who are actual victims, and people are getting hurt. This man lost his life. So I really hope that a proper investigation is done, child, and that, yes, Betty, they saying that she lied. Now, I don't know what led them to believe that she is lying. Obviously, something is going on in the investigation that hasn't been released yet. It is an active investigation, but we gon' figure out what happened. R.I.P. to young Scooter. It is a sad story. Now, last week I reported that he passed away because he nicked a main artery in his leg. Child, now they're trying to say that he was actually shot. A few tweets were released by a lot of rappers in the industry that are leading people to believe that they were trying to cover up how he actually passed away because they didn't want shit to get ugly in the field, y'all. So honestly, y'all know I'm in Atlanta. I got my ear outside and I'm trying to get some updates, but we gonna keep y'all updated. Like I said, again, rest in peace to young Scooter. This is an unfortunate and very, very sad story, okay? Moving on, y'all. Now, this is some hot tea. Y'all know I absolutely love to get in people's business. I be in people's business every week. That's what Love Lex P is, okay? I gotta pull something up real quick. Just give me just 1 second. Okay, Anthony Edwards, we have an update with things that are going on with him. Now, I don't know if y'all have been on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, but there was some report made that basically said that he wants to pay up his child support for the next 18 years. He wants to pay it up. He doesn't want anything to do with Ayesha or the child, and he wants to pay it up. Allegedly, it's about $1 million and something. I could not find any reports saying that that really happened or that's true or that he requested that. I could not find that. Now, do I think that that's something that he would possibly say? Yes, because I'm not agreeing that it's right. Financially, it's a smart decision. I don't see any judge allowing that to happen, because $1 million to Anthony Edwards, that's a drop in the bucket, child, because let me see how much his last contract was. Contract. Let's Google it real quick. Y'all know he has a multi-year contract extension with, this is Adidas alone. Hold on. Adidas. Oh, hold on. They $260 million. He signed that in 2023, guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Ayesha. Oh, Ayesha. So Ayesha has released a statement basically talking about y'all just look at me and calling me a gold digger because I'm beautiful and I got this tight tight, beautiful, voluptuous body, and I got this juicy, wet poo nanny. I'm playing. She didn't say that. Y'all know I be lying. Well, but she was basically saying, I know, Betty, you know I'm messy, girl. Basically, Ayesha was saying that the only reason y'all are viewing her as a gold digger is because she felt like she basically has made a good decision with her baby's father. She said, you know, my first baby father is an artist, which is Lil Baby, if you don't know. My second baby father is well off. And if I came to your page and judged you because you have to chase your baby daddy around for $250 a month, or you have to, your baby daddy, you chose him so you could get a voucher on Section 8. These are not my words. This is exactly what this young lady said.
You kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check.
This is the problem with her analogy. I am pro-choice, first of all. Let me say that. So the fact that she decided to have a baby and she wanted to keep it, that is her decision, whatever. But I will say this. To bring a child into a broken family situation dynamic already to a man who literally said out of his mouth that he hates you is absolutely absurd. I know I sound judgy right now. I try not to be judgy on the Love Lex P show, but to bring a child into a situation that is broken already and to say that you're not a gold digger. The thing is, I think I would have a little bit more respect of Ayesha if she would just stand in what it is. Stand in what it is. You are almost 40 years old, and I'm not saying that being shady because I'm almost 40 as well. We in the same age range, baby girl. You have to stand in what it is and what you are. Yes, it's okay to say, I want a man who is well off because I want to have a check coming in every month that can consistently keep up with the lifestyle that I want to live. I think a lot more people would be like, okay, stand on what you're saying, but stop trying to gaslight people into being like, no, I was dealing with a man. And now you were dealing with a man. Y'all did have consensual sex. It is just much as his fault as it is yours. I think Anthony Edwards is a mess because what type of man are you to create a child and say you don't want to be in his life or her life? So Anthony, we not letting you up either. I think everybody involved is crazy because even his girlfriend that is sitting by his side. And why would you want to be with a man who has created these children and doesn't want to be in their lives? Because if y'all break up, do you think he's not going to do the same thing to you, chap? And like I said, I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm not trying to be judgy. I really just hate, at the end of the day, y'all know how I am. I have a soft heart for them children. I have a soft heart for children. So I hate to see that these children are being born into broken homes and they don't even get a chance to experience having, you know, mommy and daddy together. Betty, I don't got kids because I don't want them. Now, mind your business now. This ain't about me and my womb. Y'all, Betty is being messy today. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I think Ayesha, I understand the point she was making. I do think that y'all should get out of her comments with the judgment and things, but I also think if she would just be honest, we know what you are, but that's okay. You did not force him to do anything. You're a beautiful woman. We know what type of men you attract. You're in Atlanta. It's not hard to get those type of men. Hell, that's what you're supposed to do when you're a beautiful woman. You can live off of your looks. The other people, the white girls, been doing it for years, for centuries. We as black women are honestly just now catching up. So my thing with Ayesha, I'm not necessarily mad, I guess, at what she's doing. I wouldn't do it, but I would just say, stand in who you are and stop trying to act like we don't know what's tea. And I think it would be a little bit easier. Maybe if you would do this with men who are your age, I would be a little more convinced that you really got some sauce up in there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the age gap be kind of throwing me a little bit. But as far as him paying all his child support at once, I don't see a judge going for that. I've never heard of that. I don't even think that's true. I don't know where that came from, but Ayesha basically felt the need to address, you know, everything that happened. So we gonna stay tuned for that. Hopefully Anthony will change his mind and really be a father to all of his children. Mind you, he has 4 kids, 4 baby mamas. His latest child that he has had was with his girlfriend that he is currently with, who is also Chief Keef's baby mama. Yes, child, it's a lot. Moving on. So, y'all, Fulton County is trying to revoke Young Thug's probation, y'all. Yes, they are trying to take our good brother back. The prosecutors allege Young Thug violated probation terms by amplifying social media posts targeting a key law enforcement witness, leading to threats against the witnesses and public officials. So I don't know if y'all saw it. The tweet has since been deleted, but he basically sent out a tweet and said, let me find the tweet. He posted a picture of Marissa Viverito. I know I'm not saying that right. And it went viral. And it said, biggest liar in the DA office. And it caused people to leak her and her family's addresses. Threats were being made. A threat was made against the DA, Fannie Willis. So basically they was like, Thugger, you can't do that. It's time to bring you back in here. So since then, he tweeted, I don't make threats to people. I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone threatening anyone or definitely participate in threatening anyone. I'm all about peace and love. I think now it's time for Young Thug to delete all social media. You need to get off social media. Twitter is not that important. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, none of that stuff is that important. Or get you a burner account if you want to lurk that bad. Get you a burner account. We all got one. I got one right now. I'm finna see what my nigga doing as soon as I stop recording. Yes, Betty got one too. I don't know why she's trying to stunt today. Betty being stupid. Everybody got a burner account. Young Thug, if you want to see what's going on so bad, get you a burner account and get off Twitter. You are free. You were in jail for a long time. You should not tweet nothing but Bible scriptures, but barely even that. Don't just get offline, child. I love Young Thug. I have been a Young Thug fan for years. I honestly would hate to see him go back to jail. I would. I know y'all like, oh, but he is a criminal and this and that. You know what? Some people deserve second chances now. And I know y'all saying, well, you're just contradicting yourself because you said Demetria Spence need to go to jail. Well, you know what? She didn't make Slime season 2. All right? That's all I got to say about that. All right, moving on. Bianca Sensory has left Kanye West. He dropped a song literally about an hour ago before I started recording. I just added this story. Allegedly, she has left him. She is tired of the shenanigans. He released a song, and the song sounds very weird. It does sound like Kanye, but it kind of sounds like AI. But he tweeted the song out and basically begging for Bianca to come home. But I'm sure that I talked about this weeks ago when she showed up to the red carpet event nude, and I think that she's unhappy. I think that she is finally free from that situation. She was a prisoner. Baby, you're a victim. Okay? So I hope that she is free and she stays free, but I really don't have much to say about these people because you know what? Maybe it was reverse reparations, okay? Or something like that. All right, moving on. Miss Larsa Pippen, my girl Larsa Pippen. You know, I've had a lot to say about Larsa Pippen on Poor Minds, on Poor Chronicles, Patreon, and things like that, because Larsa Pippen is a very interesting woman to me. You know why? Let me say why. Larsa Pippen had the American dream, right? She got the man, the rich man. She had the family, the marriage, the white picket fence, and she started chasing after Future. Okay? You had the main player and you gave it up for Future. And then you started dating his godchild. Well, not his godchild for real. You know I'm messy and I just be lying. But she started dating Michael Jordan, which is Scottie Pippen's old teammate's son, Marcus Jordan. Now, Larsa Pippen has popped out in a new relationship with 31-year-old former ball player Jeff Kobe. Mind you, it's been reported that he is a former pro ball player. When they say former pro ball player, that means he wasn't in the NBA, baby. Maybe he was, but that means, baby, he is playing over there in Greece, in Tajikistan. he played for the Taiwan Bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all catching my drift. So Larsa, I think Larsa just needs to feel alive. I truly think maybe in that marriage she was bored or something, and she's just searching for the adventures that she missed out on. Larsa is a very interesting character. You know, she was linked with the Kardashians. She was up there for a little minute. She was given that socialite life. And now it's just like, child, what do you be doing? I don't understand. If I had the money, if I was like, had access to all the money that she has access to, y'all would never hear from me again. I would just duck off and just be out of the way. Maybe that is what she's trying to do. And love Lex P just in the girl business. But y'all know I had to give y'all the news. I had to give y'all the white news. I don't miss out on it. We got to know what they doing. Got to know what they up to. They be in our business. So guess what? We finna be in theirs, right? We said it together. All right, moving on to more sad news. Y'all know I got to give y'all the sad news. Unfortunately, Val Kilmer, if you don't know, I know a lot of y'all that are watching this are probably young. Val Kilmer played Batman, passed away. And they said that allegedly he hasn't gotten out of bed in years. His last public appearance was 2019. Now, he was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2015, and he had passed away this past week from complications from pneumonia. But yeah, they said that he has been in the bed for years. Super sad. Val Kilmer, I feel like my mom was a Val Kilmer fan. I feel like she said something about him being fine back in the day when I was younger. I can't remember. My mom used to think everybody was fine, child. Yes, girl. I know I'm telling her business, but I'm finna tell yours if you don't mind yours, because you being real sassy today, Betty. Y'all, I don't know what's up with Betty today. She is getting to it. But yes, Val Kilmer has passed away. Like I said, he passed away from complications of pneumonia. He is survived by his 2 children. They're getting the funeral arrangements ready. A lot of celebrities have come out and sent their condolences, share amongst them, a plethora of people. He seemed like he was a great guy and very well loved. One thing about Hollywood, when people pass away, y'all know them horror stories start to come out. And I haven't heard anything bad about Val Kilmer. And it's unfortunate to see having your health is such a blessing. And it's a thing that we all have taken for granted. Like I said, even last week with me being sick, y'all don't understand. I had to fight for my life to film last week, and I just had a little bug. So I couldn't imagine. I was in the bed for about 3-4 days, so I couldn't imagine being in the bed for years. So my prayers and condolences to the Kilmer family. All right, y'all, moving on. We got some more. Woo! Y'all, we have been talking about this story for weeks, and I just decided every week I have to update y'all. I have no idea why I'm so interested in this story or why it has taken over my life. So I have another Gene Hackman update for y'all. Yes, it is still going on. Gene Hackman's mother-in-law is fighting to block the release of the body cam footage, y'all. Yes, she is trying to stop the police body cam footage from being released, rightfully so. I do agree with that. But CBS is allegedly going to fight. They feel like they have access to this. This is supposed to be public information that people have access to, and they're going to fight for it, which is crazy to me because, oh my gosh, media just has no integrity. And I know y'all looking at me like, girl, you just ripped the lady apart for trying to get some child support. I didn't say I had integrity. But, you know, I just would I'm not crossing certain lines. But I think it's crazy also that she's fighting to block the release of the body cam footage, but their bodies are still sitting in the morgue unclaimed. Now, how that work? How does that work now? I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but that's the latest update right now. But the mother-in-law, I guess, was active in her daughter's life, which is Gene Hackman's wife, Betsy, and she is fighting on their behalf. So I am just hoping that this story comes to a good ending and everybody is at peace. But child, this has been crazy as hell. Woo! That was a lot this week, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the tea has been hot. It's just been so much going on. All right, so now we are getting into our homework per usual. Y'all know we are getting to the meat of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. We are on episode 4. And when I tell y'all this episode was good, Okay, it was good. We are getting there. We're getting to the meat and the potatoes. I feel like we done had our deviled eggs. We done had our crab cakes. We done had our mozzarella sticks. We done had our lemon drop teeny, baby. Now we getting to them pork chops, baby. We getting to that ribeye steak. Yes, Betty. I know it, Betty Jean. Ooh, Betty Jean. Okay, so I'm going to break it down like I always do, talking about the girls individually, but I'm going to save the party scene for last. So I'm going to start with Angela. Angela, I do like Angela. Let me say that. Angela Oakley, I do like her. I just need her to be more truthful and honest. You keep telling us these stories about Charles, but you're not telling the truth. You talking about your mom and Charles don't get along because they got into it about some cleaning incident, and it's just been downhill from there. Charles and your mom used to get along and they used to love each other, but now it's hard because you help pay their bills, but Charles don't want to pay the bills because they be disrespecting him. Tell the truth. Your mama don't like him because he had a baby on you. You keep trying to sweep this under the rug, and it's making us want to burn the rug. That's why everybody is so pressed to tell this tea. You cannot be put on blast if you put yourself on blast. Y'all have not learned this. You can't make fun of me if I'm already telling you what the tea is. Angela, you keep trying to hide this child. We know he's there. We know about it. You keep making excuses of why you and Charles weren't getting along or why people don't like Charles. We know the truth. So you saying the excuse that your mom don't like Charles because they got into it about some cleaning shit is bullshit, Angela. Ooh, I had to take a sip of my water. Done stressed me out, okay? So moving on to Brent. Oh, y'all know how I am about Brent. I'm trying to like Brent. You know what I like about Brent though? And I can't lie. Britt is a beautiful girl. I will say that. I love a beautiful, polished, well put together lady. So I always got to give y'all some love before I start talking shit. So Britt, I'm not going to lie. I understand her a little bit for like not really feeling Kenya, because y'all remember in episode 1, Kenya made the remark about her ring. But I also think that Britt needs to understand that's Kenya's personality. Kenya is shady boots. That's who she is. Britt, you're a fan of the show. I can tell. You're a fan of the show. You know how Kenya is, but you're using this whole Kenya don't like me thing. Kenya doesn't. We're going to get into that in a second. But I want to get into the scene where her and her sister were talking about their relationship is strained. One thing about Britt that I really don't understand is how she just does not. She's so disconnected. Her sister is telling her that she misses her. They need to have more conversation. And she's in the confessionals talking about, my sister is not in a relationship right now. And I know she sees me and my husband, me and my man, and she don't have that. So it makes it hard for her. No, you just need to have a life outside of your husband as far as friends. I think that when you're in a relationship, and I can't obviously speak on marriage because I'm not married, but I think that it's possible to have a husband and have a family, but also you have to have me time for yourself, for your family, for your friends. You can exist outside of your marriage. You're not only just a wife. The beautiful thing about women is that we can be multifaceted, okay? We can be a boss. We can be a mother. We can be a wife. We can be a friend. We can be a sister, okay? Britt, I think you need to be a better sister, because she's sitting up here saying, hey, can we spend some time? And you're talking about, well, my husband calling me right now looking for me. So tell your husband, hey, I'm going to spend some time with my sister. I'll be home in a few hours. I just don't understand that. So to brush it off as your sister just being jealous because she doesn't have a relationship, child, it's just a disconnect for me. It's just it be a little marinara sauce in there. And not blood flowing. It'd be marinara sauce flowing up there, okay? Moving on to Shamia. Shamia didn't have much going on this week. We're going to get into the party later. But Shamia did a song with RL. Y'all know RL is a friend of mine. I love RL. He came on Poor Minds a few years ago. I love him and his wife, Lena. So cute. Shout out to them. But yeah, Shamia has a song with RL. And the song is actually fire. Shamia was just sitting by the pool. I love Shamia's scenes. I know y'all be like, get off Shamia, dick. I love Shamia down though. She can do no wrong in my eyes. Portia had a meeting about her businesses. I think that it's weird that Drew and Dennis tried to have a meeting with Portia's employee. That was a little weird, but I'm excited to see where Portia goes with her businesses. I think that she admitted that she lost herself in her marriage, which accountability, we love that. And so now she's back focusing on her bag. I'm ready to see where her home decor line goes. Go Naked Hair. I'll be an ambassador for you, girl. Whenever this contract go out, because Portia hair is always laid. I think for ambassadors, I think Drew kind of missed the mark. No shade to Drew. I think for Portia to see her hairline really succeed, she needs to get the younger girls, the YouTuber girls, Kira Amanique, Aaliyah J, Jada Wada, Ari, you know what I'm saying? The young beauty guru girls, like that's who you need to do. Even tap in to like the makeup girlies. Get your hair on Jackie. I always say Jackie Aina, and that's not her last name anymore, because I can't pronounce her married last name and it's so disrespectful, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think you need to tap into those girlies who are outside of the reality TV world and really tap into these influencers. Even girl Dre and Nicole from Poor Minds. That would be perfect. That's who would be a great ambassador. See, I need to pitch that. See, my marketing mind, I'm just too good. I'm too good. Okay, so moving on to Drew. I don't like Ralph. We don't need to see Ralph in the confessionals. Y'all got Ralph in the confessionals. Give us back Kenya's confessionals. Nobody wants to see that. Ralph got a blazer on with a cheap ass Cuban link on and no shirt with a blazer. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? With the Beijing in his head, trying to look sexy. Look at the mess. But what bothered me was Drew calling him a narcissist and not knowing the definition of narcissist. This is why we're not doing the work as people. Y'all are just using trigger words that y'all see on Twitter, and we need to do the work as far as therapy and learning what words mean and learning and identifying what your issues are and what other people's issues are. That's why her and Ralph can't work nothing out, because you're calling him names not even knowing what you're calling him. I thought why would you even do that? Because she thought the producers weren't going to ask her that. That was really cringy. Maybe it was funny to some people, but it was very, very cringy for me. I don't know. Moving on to Kenya. Kenya's salon is beautiful. I think her salon is beautiful. I really hate that we don't have Kenya's confessionals, bro. I really hate that we don't have her confessionals. So Kelly showed up to her salon. They had a little scene where they were talking back and forth. Kelly likes Kenya. So she was like, I don't understand what the issue with Britt is. Kelly had a bodyguard with her because she was saying how her ex-husband had made threats. Y'all remember the big suit man that I showed y'all other week. And I saw a few comments of people saying, Kelly, you don't need no bodyguard. You're being dramatic. Having a bodyguard is probably the smartest thing Kelly could do. She is a mother of 4, and these men are crazy. How many times have we seen domestic violence in somebody losing their life? I think Kelly is extremely smart for doing that, and I think she should continue having her bodyguard until she feels safe, especially with her now being a public figure and, her whereabouts being known a lot. So I thought that was beautiful, smart, great idea. Kudos to Kelly. All right, now we're finna get into this party, y'all. Let's get into the party and we're going to wrap it up. So Kenya showed up wearing turquoise, tacky. Kenya, love you down, but that was extremely tacky. I didn't like that. It wasn't cute. It wasn't funny. Trying to be the main. I hate when people try to be the main character. When you try to be the main character, it never gives main character energy. And Kenya, you're literally the Kenya Moore. You don't have to do that. Corny, didn't like it. Britt just, when Kenya gave Britt a hug, and Britt was like, a pat, Britt, shut up. You're nitpicking at this point. Like, I could already see where Britt's energy was. Britt came into the dinner searching for a fight. That annoyed me off top. So, I thought it was rude how Kelly tried to put Drew on blast for not purchasing something at the Ball Main event that she had. Because at the end of the day, Ball Main is expensive, okay? Obviously, Drew is going through a divorce. You don't know how people's pockets are. So to try to put her on blast like, oh, girl, you didn't buy anything. You obviously don't know about donating to a good cause. I thought that was kind of tacky. Maybe it was tacky for Drew to show up without intentions of buying something. But I also think it was tacky to try to blast somebody because, like I said, she's going through a divorce. She has children. Y'all don't know what people's finances are. Divorces are expensive. So I didn't like that, Kelly. And I do like Kelly. I really like everybody on the cast this season. They're bringing the drama, but I didn't like that from Kelly. Shamia then plays her song. Shamia plays her song, guys. She should have played it over the speakers. Shamia, why do you keep pulling out that iPhone 16 and playing your goddamn song on the phone? Hook it up to... You need to carry a JBL speaker around in your pocket, girl. Because you want to play everybody the song and we can't hear it. You should have played the song over the speakers. But Portia, hush. And y'all know I love Portia. Portia, hush. Portia talking the whole time. Is this Drew? And that's not Shamia's singing voice. Is this Drew? And then in her confessional, she had the nerve to say, well, I thought it was Drew because it was good. Now, Drew's music is good. Shamia's music is good too. Shamia can really sing. Portia, that hater be jumping out of you. And y'all know I'm a Portia stan. But I got to hold my girl accountable. I told y'all, every episode, watch what the producers are doing. They're showing you Portia's feelings towards Shamia. I say this every week. I'm telling y'all, it's coming. Betty is coming. I know Betty agreeing with me. She think it's coming too. I'm telling y'all, Portia very much gave hater in that moment. She hates when Shamia is shining. She is so used to Shamia being in her shadow, honey. She can't take, and y'all know I love my girl. Portia does no wrong in my eyes. But that moment was very, very, very cringy for me, okay? I did not like it. But like I said, we're going to keep letting the season go. And I'm interested to see Shamia and Portia's relationship when this season ends. Because Shamia actually loaded a YouTube video. I'll insert a clip. And she was talking about how Portia really hurt her feelings. Now, Shamia has been doing interviews throughout this whole process of the show airing. So Shamia been doing her due diligence. Shamia is a star. Y'all just better hold on y'all britches, okay? Now, everybody, they start playing this game where they go around answering questions and asking questions. Angela, one of the questions they asked Angela was, what is a deep, dark secret nobody knows about you? Angela says, what? I'm an open book. I don't know. I'm so honest and I tell everybody everything. And Portia was like, I know something about your husband, but Portia was like, now is not the time. Period. Drop that little, cause yeah, bitch, stop acting like you got the white picket fence. Portia knows about that baby, and Portia gonna spill that tea. Was it messy? Yes, but I love mess. You love mess. That's why y'all a lovebird watching Love Lex P right now. We messy. We like to see that. So yes, Angela, the girls know that Charles had a baby on you. I don't know why you keep trying to sweep this under the rug when the rug is finna get burnt down. I keep saying it. So, Britt asked Kenya a question. This was the peak of the episode. Britt asked Kenya a question that somebody wrote. Kenya, do you think you could ever talk to Britt without having an attitude? And Kenya was like, yes, I think I can talk to everybody without having an attitude. Because Kenya's like, girl, you doing a lot again. Kenya was really trying to pay her in dust. Britt was just ready to fight, okay? So Britt just starts going off. You got the right one. Let me call my husband who really care about me, because my husband. Baby, you remember how Nene would talk about Candy? My man. Baby, we got a new one with Britt. No, well, Britt don't sound like that. My husband, he kept my husband. Let me call my husband, because my husband said to my husband. Britt, we get it. So Kenya is walking out and Britt just talking. She's like, well, I got my pistol. 50 cent, please. 50 cent, please. What are you doing? It's corny. Britt, you're not finna shoot nobody. Let's stop. Let's just bring it back. That was just so corny. It was silly. Mind you, Britt is going off. Kenya just talking to the girls. She in the car, getting in the car with Portia. They skirt, speed off, laughing and joking. And Britt is just left there going off with her husband, acting like Nuck if you bug. Britt, nobody is afraid of you. I don't like it when pretty girls just need to be pretty. You're not about that life. I think it's more, you have more of a dagger when you know how to use your words. You got to learn how to read, Britt. You got to read somebody like Kenya down. If you want to go to war back and forth, you got to learn how to read. You talking about guns, be a lady. Be a lady. That was so not classy. I was not impressed. I did not like that. Like I said, I'm really trying to like Britt, y'all. Let me know if y'all feel like I'm being too hard on her or I'm tripping. Do y'all think I'm being biased or whatever? I don't know. Because I'm not even like a huge Kenya fan. I do like Kenya. I'm not even being biased because I like Kelly. I'm liking Angela. It's something about Britt that is just not, it's not clicking. It's not clicking for me, okay? So that's the Real Housewives recap, y'all. Make sure y'all watch the next episode. So the next episode is why Kenya does not have a confessional this season and why she doesn't have a peach. Because the next episode shows the revenge porn scene when she blew up that picture of Britt. Now, knowing that Britt threatened her with the gun, I'm like, they both should have been reprimanded if that's the case. You know what what Kenya did was illegal, but Britt made a threat to somebody. I take threats serious, okay? So I think that if Kenya got a spank on the hand, so should Britt. But either way it goes, we're going to see where episode 5 is going. Real Housewives is good this season. I'm enjoying it. I don't know about y'all. And I hope y'all enjoyed Love Lex P today. It was a lot of tea, wasn't it? We got into it, ain't that right, Betty? Betty says she don't like my nose job jokes because she feel like I'm trying to low-key shade her. Betty, you got your nose job in like 2002. Nobody even think about that no more. Child, Betty in the mood today. But anyways, lovebirds, I love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Love Lex P. Make sure y'all catch Poor Chronicles. Episode drops today. So if you finish watching Love Lex P right now, go subscribe to our Patreon. Watch Poor Chronicles, catch up on some episodes. Wednesday, early episodes of Poor Minds drops on Patreon. Friday, Poor Minds episodes drops. And make sure y'all hashtag Travel Queens BET dropping April 23rd, coming soon. Make sure y'all be live tweeting while you watch Love Lex P as well. Hashtag Love Lex P. Oh my gosh, lovebirds. I love y'all so much. I had a fun, great episode today and I love y'all so much and I'll see y'all next week. Bye y'all.